Hi, good evening, everyone, and welcome. Oh, good evening, and thanks for joining. Ebere mpe, ṣé adìyẹ ọkùnrin lẹ fẹ́ ni àbí adìyẹ obìnrin? Àbí ewúro? Èwo lẹ fẹ́ pẹ̀lú ráìsì? Good evening, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to Chat Room with the King. My name is Victor King, and I'm privileged to be your host. It's a chilly Tuesday afternoon, and we are just privileged to, be here and just share with great minds like you. Welcome is promising to be exciting and impacting and educating at the same time. Please be nice enough to just click the share button and let us invite our friends who definitely are looking forward to join us today. Don't be stingy. Just click the share button and let's just invite someone. Yeah. Me, I'm not there. I'm telling you now. Adio Abi. I'm a phone location with my pick here up. Kojina. Maryland, in Bina. Right. Welcome. Um, it's been an exciting moment personally for me because we are making simultaneous progress. And as much as God will help us, we set to I personally, like I've always been saying, I believe in little things matters. Sometimes just a hug is what some people need to have a very beautiful day. Sometimes it's just our little compliments. You don't know what it means to some people. Some people are dealing with a very horrible self-esteem, and you just telling them how amazing they are or how beautiful and handsome they look can just brighten up somebody's day. So I have always believed that there's nobody that is too poor to give. There's nobody that is too poor to give. Giving is it's not an act; it's an attitude. And for me, I I believe that giving is not an evidence of abundance. You don't give because you have too much. You give because you want to have more. We can pray to God to bless us, and in His infinite mercies, He will bless us. And when God blesses you, He will give you everything you need. But there is a dimension of blessing which some of us are praying to God for. That we just don't want to be blessed. We want to become a channel of blessing. Now, you can pray to God for God to bless you, and God will bless you, and you will be blessed. But the dimensions not to just be blessed is you don't pray for that. The dimension of you not to just be blessed, but to be a channel of blessing. Now, what it means to be a channel of blessing is that God will give you blessing that is not just for you. It will be too much for you. It will be blessings that will transit. Because of your blessings, many will be blessed. When God wants to bless your family, He will know that, yeah, Victor is there. Once I bless Victor too much, this person will be blessed. When greatness can emerge out of you, those kind of blessing that is not just for you, but for a whole generations. You don't pray for it. It is your act. God need to trust you that if he make you a channel means that he wants to run his blessing through you so that he can reach out to other people. You don't pray for those kind of blessings. Your act, your actions, you have to earn it. God have to trust you enough that when he blesses you, through your blessings, others will be blessed. It is what God have to consistently see in you, that you have the heart and the willingness to spread God's love and God's blessings. That's when you are not just blessed, you have become a blessing. Being a channel of blessing is that God don't give you what you need. He gives you more than enough because he knows that through you others will be blessed. You don't pray for those kind of blessings. You earn it. You work your way into it. And I need to understand that God have one problem. The only problem that God has is that the celestial being, from the days of, you know, the days of Noah and the days of Abraham, the days of Adam and Eve, those days God used to come down. The Bible says God comes down in the cool of the day to fellowship with Adam. But when they failed God caused a separation. And then in the days of Noah, no, yeah, in the days of the Tower of Babel, when people want to build a house that will reach to heaven, God caused a very big separation from heaven and earth. So the celestial being don't function in the terrestrial world. Now, the celestial beings are the spirit being, which is God and the innumerable company of angels. We are the terrestrial beings. We are the one that functions on earth. We are the God on earth. The New Testament, book of Ephesians, makes us understand that. It said, do you not know that ye are gods? God in his supremacy and his angels and, the celestial being, they don't function in the terrestrial world. It is against the law of divinity. So God cannot come down to bless somebody here. We pray some prayer that are just, we just relate with it because of our human nature. That's just how we pray it. And God answers it because he knows that we're human. But in reality, it doesn't happen. No, it's not coming anywhere. He will send people to attend to you. God, the celestial being, does not function in the terrestrial realm, in the terrestrial world. So is the terrestrial world. For you to be in heaven, you have to die. So you become a spirit. So your spirit goes to heaven. So God has so many things he wants to do on earth. God has so many prayers that he wants to answer. There are so many people that God wants to bless. And he's looking for people that he can use to reach out to them. The prayer you are praying right now, God is designing somebody to help you. Whatever you need, God is raising somebody to help you. And they will locate you this year. Same way, God is waiting for you to avail yourself so that he can use you to answer the prayer of somebody else. God is waiting for you to be available so that he can use you to answer the prayer of somebody else. God is always in need. The vacancy is always there for people that can avail themselves to become a channel of blessing so that God can, through you, bless many. Some of you are holding the answer prayer of some people right now. Yeah. The reason why some people are still not gotten what they want from God is because of you, your behavior, your carelessness, your irresponsibility. Your answers prayer lies in the commitment of somebody right now. By the time God is ready to answer you, he will raise somebody. that will raise you. That's how this world is wired. So we don't pray. You can pray to be blessed, but you can't pray to be a blessing. You earn being a blessing. And that is the realm that we are trusting God to help us. So we do some things that don't make sense, literally, or carnally, or human speaking. So when you when we give, people really think that you give because you have too much. No, giving is not an evidence of abundance. You don't give because you have plenty. You give because you understand the principle. So this December, we've been set out to reach out to indigent families. All over the world, people will celebrate Christmas. And it's a season of so much fun. People will buy Christmas clothes and Christmas shoes and Christmas whatever. People will go on vacation. Yeah, people will probably have new girlfriends and new sugar daddies. People will do new things, whatever makes them happy. But we should put in mind that there are some families that as Christmas is drawing near, they are afraid. They don't even know what explanation they're going to give their children. They don't know what they're going to say to their children on Christmas morning, why they will not kill chicken, why they will not be jollof rice. Because they don't have anything to give. They don't have anything to even eat. Not to talk on a normal day, not to talk of Christmas Day. So our focus are on these indigent people, indigent family. So on the 24th, we've set out to, in our own little way, give food items and rice and vegetable oils and, whatever we can add to it. We can as well we were proposing to maybe just cook jollof rice and, share food on the street on Christmas Day. But they will eat, and that will be it. I was looking at something that can at least feed a family for like 2, 3, 4 days. So we decided to make those food attempts. So on the 24th of December, we are going to take to the street of Lagos and give food items to indigent people, people who are just less privileged to afford what to eat on Christmas Day. So far, we've been, we've gotten a good milestone on it. We are set. We are ready. We are looking to do more, but if we can't, what we have already done, have in stock, is more than enough. God sees the heart. He knows that some of us has empty our account for it. But we don't even know how those money got there in the first place. So we don't mind spending it. Because it will come back. It will come back. Having said that, may I please say to you, why I was taking time to explain the concept and the rationale behind this action is that I want to warn you. That's most likely, if you're on this show right now and you're streaming this live show, I don't think that rice is for you. Don't shake me for yourself. I don't think you are indigent. You don't need this. Forget about it. It's those people who cannot afford a meal on Christmas morning I want to give. If you have data enough to stream a live show, you don't need it. Because we have not even started sharing. My inbox is already blasting out. Behave yourself. Don't shake me for yourself. Not be like shake me. Abiola could say, I will block you. I will block you last. You need what? In fact, for saying I need it, you are owing me 50,000 like that. We use it to buy one bag of rice. That's another 10 piece. That's 10 families right there. For those trying me, you are owing me 50,000. I will chase you until I collect it. You need what? Bamidele, you are owing me money. For saying you are here, you are owing me. I will. Bamidele have money like bastard. She's a matron, no? She have money. Organa senior. Saying, I will cast you. You are owing me money like that. On a more serious note, I just feel like it's in the, like my inbox. You don't know what's going on in my inbox. I like, don't forget me. When am I going to pick my own? Where is it? Behave yourself. Don't do that. Don't 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 put yourself in that category. You will never be there. May God not let any of you be indigent. Don't stress me out. God will help us. He said, "I do my help with me not just Christmas, but anything you gonna be. We need you." Every time I tell people that I don't have money, please, I need help. What am I doing wrong? When people talk to me and I say I don't have money, Bamdele, you have money, I will cast you. When people talk to me and I tell them I don't have money, or I'm broke, people be saying, "Yeah, you wo." Hey, joking mo ṣe wrong gangan. Why am I looking for help me? Kini mo ṣe? People don't believe I can be broke. Ṣé mi náà mo try make it? Ẹ máa wò mí báyìí, help me. Help me. People be saying, are you okay? You what, Baba? I ṣe pé fún yín, Baba láyé wò. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's becoming a concern. Everybody just think I have too much money. Stop it now. Help me if you want to help me. Some of you have been thinking of blessing me for this Christmas. You are saying, I don't know what I can give him. This one is too small. How will I give Victor this kind of one? I don't want to insult him. My friend insults me. I like insults. Give me that small thing, I will take it. Insult me. There's nothing that is insulting. When did gift start becoming an insult? Don't bother to give me gift. You might not know my size. Just give me the money. $10 is not an insult. I will take it. I mean, like, the way people just think, no, you can't. Like, seriously, I was talking to someone and he was like, oh, that time you told me that you don't have money. And I thought you were joking. I was like, are you mad? Look at Obiago. You see, broke with all the cooking of Shirish. Hey, Luna cook. Okay, is that what I'm doing that is doing wrong? 10 naira, yes, give me 10 naira, I will take it. I have Nigeria accounts. To have again from FCMB 0. Me, my lady, my word, my very well. For me, 10 naira, I'm back. Ọlọ́run ṣàánú èèyàn pé àwọn ẹ̀pà mi ti ẹ̀bùlé kí mo tẹ̀ tí mèkè ẹja wọn lọ́ba ṣé mi ní ma èèyàn ṣáà ní rìnrìn dọ̀tí insult me, I'm not too I'm very humble. Don't take your gift to insult me. I like to be insulted. Do go fund me. Mi ò ṣe mo rìn yẹn stop well. If God is telling you to bless and you are thinking you don't have enough, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, let's get to business. We'll continue from my series of BeAttitude, where we discuss. Somebody said I speak too much English, and I've been getting the feedback. I love to listen to feedbacks because we want to be better and improve. But I'm sorry to every one of you that feels like the show is boring because I speak English. Unfortunately, I understand Yoruba quite all right. But put it behind your mind that I'm not a Yoruba person, one. Number two, I wasn't even raised with Yoruba, but I understand Yoruba quite all right. I do understand Yoruba. But if I'm serious, Yoruba doesn't cooking flow. You understand? More I really don't. It doesn't flow. It doesn't flow with me. I've been trying to mix up, but it's not easy for me. And then number two, you need to be careful. I'm not doing a Yoruba people's show. As much as we have larger number of people who are Yoruba, but it is not a Yoruba people's show. I am careful and sensitive of those who don't speak Yoruba. And on this platform, do I have a lot of people who are non-Yorubas? We have people who are Igbos, who are Edo, who are, the Niger Deltas. Matter of fact, I have Northerners But mom singing, me don't want sing. I have Northerners on this platform. Surprisingly, I was speaking with one amazing lady during the week who has been following us on this page for a while, and she's a Northerner. So I don't want to throw some people off why we. So I will be trying, but cooking flow and cooking work there. All right. So we started the series for about 2-3 weeks ago. BeAttitude, the beauty of attitude. And then we've looked at, winning through, where do we start from, Seth? Gratitude. We've talked about winning through gratitude. And then we moved to winning through patience. We started last week and we talked about the virtue of patience. And we define patience by waiting. We said patience is not how long you wait, but your attitude while waiting. So today we're going to go straight and get into that to finish the concluding part of this winning through patience. And I'm going to start by telling you a story. A story that my mother told me long ago when I was a child. One day, an eagle just asked some of his babies. Baby eagle. I don't know it. Fill in the gap. Just raised some baby eagles and they were growing. The eagle will keep the babies in a nest and will travel all the way to go and hunt for food for them. Come with the food, and you know how eagle feed the children. They will bite the meat and put it in their mouths. And these babies were growing. And they were growing. And they begin to grow feathers. They begin to grow feathers and they begin to grow. They grew to the point where they've started, flying. But the mother still go on to hunt for them and will bring the food, rats, birds, whatever, for the eagles to eat. Excuse me. So one day, the eagle decided that it is high time that he start teaching the babies. Okay, they say it's eaglets. Very good. He decided that it is time to start training these little eaglets how to hunt. So he decided to teach them hunting one after the other. He would take them out, they fly high with her, and they will go and hunt and come back. They're just flying around. They will stay suspended in the air. They will hunt for whatever food they can find, and they will all go back to the nest. At a time where the eagle felt like he has shown them how it's been done enough, one day, the eagle called all of the little eaglets together and said, it is time. I've taught you enough. I've fed you. Then I've taught you how to hunt for food. I need you to show me what you've learned. So I pick one of the smartest, eaglet there to say, which one will go first? And that one say, I want to try. So while he was at the nest, the eagle kicked these eaglets out of the cage and it dropped in the air. As an eagle, he spread his wings and he begins to fly. He journeys all through the sky, flying around miles looking for food. Lucky for the eaglets, it saw a bird with offsprings walking around and eating. From a far distance, he moved closer and he saw the little ones walking behind their mothers. Clearly, the mothers is quite big in size for these eaglets to carry. So he decided to carry the babies. These eaglets came down with full force and energy, all the strength in him to fight. And he came down right behind the mother of these creeping birds, picked one of it, and took off. So excited. On the first day of hunting, this eaglet was able to catch a bird. Whoa, what a smart eaglet. Ran back to the mother's nest and said, "Mother, I got a food." The mother was impressed. I was like, "Wow, on your first day?" He said, "Yes." They praised this eaglet and he says, "What are the problems that you encountered?" He said, "I went there, I saw this with the mother crawling, and I went down and picked it. And I fly high." The mother said, "What did the mother do? When you picked this little bird, what did the mother do?" The eaglet said, "He just turned back and looked at me and kept walking." The he kept walking, saw you pick the baby, looked at you, and just keep moving. He said, "Yes." He didn't run. He said, "Yes." He didn't chase you. He said, "Yes." The eagle said, "Don't hit it. Take it back." The eagle that has been excited that he was able to hunt on the first day, and now we have food to eat. How could Mother Eagle say, "Take it back"? The mother said, "I said, take it back now." The rest of the eaglets was curious. They said, "Mother, but why?" The mother said, "We don't know what is in the mother's mind. There's no mother that watch you pick his children and just look away. We don't know what is in her mind. Take it back." This eaglet was sad. It looks like a fruitless effort, a wasted day. But you have to listen to the mother. He picked the eaglets and journeyed back to where he picked them from. Luckily enough, he saw this bird was still working with the rest of the children, and he came slowly down and dropped the little bird. This bird is a duck. So he dropped the baby duck, and the mother turned back again and looked at it and didn't say nothing. The eagle ascended back into the air. On his way back to the mother, he saw another one walking with the children. This time, it's not a duck, it's a hen. Just like an easy fix the last time, he went straight down and picked the baby hen. Before he even get down to pick, there was a lot of pandemonium. The mother already make a lot of noise. And the rest of the chicks ran and take shield. Just one unfortunate one that could not run under the arm of the mother. This eagle was picked it up, and the mother hen jumped at it and wrestled with this baby eagle. Narrowly, this eaglet managed to escape the attack of the mother. Narrowly. Pull his little wings and pull. But this is an eagle. She narrowly escaped and flew back to the mother with the chick that I managed to pick up. Went back to the mother and he said, "Mother, I returned that and I brought another food." And by the time he was getting to the nest, he was panting and breathing hard. The mother said, "What happened?" He said, "I was coming back and I saw another one and I picked it. And the mother attacked me." He said, "In fact, we wrestled round around on the ground." He said, "Mother, it was a dangerous move. I managed to escape." That mother is so wicked. He attacked me so bad. While he was talking, panting for life, this mother eagle put his claws on the little chick and tear it apart and said, "Let us feast. This is a good dinner." And he begins to feed the children. But the eagle was curious to ask the mother, "Why do I return the first one and you want us to eat this one? They are both chicks. They are both creeping birds." The mother said, "This one is a good food." He said, "Mother, why?" He said, "Because you see what the mother did? That is all he can do. Everything that he has to do, he already done. There's nothing to worry about." When you pick the baby, the mother attack you. He said, "Yeah, that's all he can do." He said, "But you see the one that you pick the baby right in his face, and he just look at you and keep moving. We don't know what's in her mind." He said, "But this one has already acted. That is all he can do." And they feast on this chick. So therefore, every time that this bird needs to eat, they will see the dog. They've never picked the baby dog. Who will not fight? They go and pick a baby chicken and feed on it. Till today, àṣà ò kì í gbọ́ ọmọ pẹ́pẹ́yẹ, ọmọ adìyẹ làṣà ń gbé, torí wọn ò mọ nǹkan tó wà nínú ìyá pẹ́pẹ́yẹ. Gbogbo nǹkan tádìyẹ ó ṣe ló ti ṣe yẹn. Winning through patience. This is my story. Oftentimes, it is human in nature to feel that we needed our voice to establish our value to people who try to belittle us. Oftentimes, our human nature makes us feel that being quiet equals to being stupid. We seem to be very quick to repel insults and ridicules. Matter of fact, we have deterred and destroyed and forfeited so many relationships. And when I say relationship, it doesn't have to mean emotional relationship alone. Both emotional relationship, friendship, relationship at work, platonic relationships. We have deterred it because we at one point or another since that we need to lend our voice to tell people how much of a value that they should accord to us. You don't ask for respect. You earn respect. And the more you act frivolously, the less respected you will be. Meanwhile, your action is because you want to command respect, make a demand, and ask for the respect that you think you deserve. But every time you do that, you lose more respect. You know why? A respected person don't ask for it. A respected person show respect. You don't ask for people to give you respect. You actually showcase your respect to people. It's not what you get from people, it's what you give to people. How much have we dissipated in value because we want to insist on what we think is our right? winning through patience. Yíyọ ẹkùn kì í ṣe tójó. Ambushment ni. Do you know why horse cannot hunt? Torí wọ kọ́kọ́ ṣú ni. A horse cannot hunt because it's only horse that is putting on a hard shoe. By the time he embark to chase his prey, they already had his footprints from miles away. The footprint is already heard from miles away. So the prey, or they are already preempted, and they will take off. A horse will never be a good hunter. But a tiger is not the most powerful, but it's one of the best hunters in the jungle. Because when a tiger wants to hunt, even his claws is folded in his hands. Even his claws. Research tells us that a tiger can seamlessly walk on the ground for at least 3 miles, creeping. And you will not hear a sound. It is weakness for you to be predictable. The day everybody around you can predict your response and your reaction to a situation, you are becoming weak. One of the 48 Laws of Power, a book, one of the most powerful books in the world, written by Robert Greene. The Law 3, it says, conceal your intentions. I'll read it to you. Keep people off balance and in the dark by never revealing the purpose behind your action. If they have no clue what you are up to, they cannot prepare a defense. Guard them far enough down the wrong path. Let them think this is what I want to do and you just come from here. Envelope them in enough smoke, and by the time they realize your intention, it will be too late. We have lost so many battles because we want to be heard. Your friends tells you that you are stupid. Ogbagoje, ogbagbakugba, ogbagbakugba. Tó bá jẹ́ mi, Ọlọ́run má ti jẹ́ kí n réṣù. Má jẹ́ kó mọ̀, má faraya fún, má ṣẹ́gun. By the time you decided in your mind that you are going to speak, they are the same people that will go and tell the person before you even get there that what it mean here go. So many friends, they have counseled their friend about their relationship so bad. Okoye. He's only one friend. I always see your husband in the hotel every time. Nobody else have seen him. It's your friend. I always give you the hints. Mori Baba Tunde Nbiko. Everything that somebody did to you that you did not notice, they show you. They want to destroy you. They trigger you. See, hear me. 2022 is coming. Separate yourself from relationship and friends that only call your attention to things that will trigger you and make you sad. If you have a friend that all they share with you are informations that make you either sad or hungry, you don't need them. Friendship is supposed to bring happiness. If they see any negative thing on Facebook, that's the one they share with you. When last as your friend I used to share you all those nonsense, share you any opportunity, business opportunity or business idea somewhere. So the ever be share? Never. Because I'm share láǹfààní kí n share pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Tó bá gbọ́ nǹkan tí a ti wà ní kíní, tó bá gbọ́ nǹkan tí Fẹ́mi sọ, tó bá gbọ́ nǹkan tó ti ẹ̀ sọ pé mo dẹ̀ àwọn òbá pé ṣe bọ́ọ̀rù rẹ̀ lẹ pera yín, ó dẹ̀ wà ń sọ kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ń pa ẹ̀. Ẹni tó ń sọ nǹkan téèyàn kan sọ ń pa ẹ̀ fún ẹ, ìgbà tó sọ kíní yẹn tó ń wà ń bẹ̀, kí lòun sọ? I have a personal principle. When people tell me what somebody say about me, I just water it down. Oh, did you not hear? On so show. They say, when I call it, I said, it is you that had it. I did not hear. Say, somebody mentioned your name on one show. And I don't care. Before you will mention my name, that bothers me. Or you say something that I should respond to. You either be unfortunate enough to come to my wall and say it, or you write it on the wall and write my name verbatim. Hey, you want to see crazy like that? Be slow to speak. Be sweet to hear. Be slow to speak and swift to hear. Many a times, many a times, we have destroyed so many things because of ẹnu mi gbà. Mi ò ní gbà. Má sọ burúkú ọ̀rọ̀ fún. Má jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé mi ò ń ṣe téèyàn lè sọ̀rọ̀ sí. Má jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé mi ò ń ṣọmọ lọlé lọ gbèsè wá. Pẹ̀lẹ́ o, Olúfèsì. Let me tell you a secret. I said this to one of my co-workers at work. He was angry about somebody's disposition to work and was so furious and did an email report to the manager. They copied me and I read it, and he needed me to witness to what happened. And I'm like, I'm not going to do it. Like, why would this person do this? Or the people just don't know how to act right. He can't act right. And I said, my dear, listen. I want to see a deal. I said, my friend, listen to me. Why do you think they hire us as employees and they hire somebody who the company thinks that they has a deeper experience in this field, and they hire the person as a manager who sits in the office? What do you think a manager does in real life? They don't do nothing. Except the manager that chooses one to be hands-on. It's by choice. I said, but why do you think they hire a manager that they will still pay more to do less? All manager does is to manage according to the title that they have. I said, what do they manage? They don't manage the job. They manage the people who are doing the job. I said, listen, do you think if this company know for sure you are qualified, you have your license, you have everything, they know that you are qualified, but if they believe that everybody that they are going to hire will act right, they will not need a manager. There will be no need to hire somebody to take a supervisory position to manage every other person. I said the first lesson you have to learn for you to live a happy life and for you to have a healthy relationship is to know in your head that people should not act right, at least not all the time. One of the reasons why so many people have not been able to keep a sustainable relationship is because of this ideology that they think that people should act right. No. I told somebody recently, Thank God I didn't share what I say. I made an update that triggered a lot of controversy. Many of them don't like it. Yeah, thoughtfully. It's kind of gross. Sounds because emotion is running around. And do I have a basis for my thoughts? Hell yeah. Do you really think I felt it is bad? Yeah. But guess what? Do I regret it? No. Do I think I should not have done it? No. That's what I feel at that time. That's what I feel. That's what I feel. So one of my very good friends, who I really respect, kind of talk to me about it. I think I was typing very long. If you see the way that woman can text fire, see their text long. It was bang bang one for me. There was from everywhere. I was just looking at them. So one of them was talking to me about it. Say, why would you write such a thing? And we were going back and forth over it. I asked certain questions that she was hiding from. She didn't answer me. She said, why would you say the mother of the child, the parent of the child, they are suspect too? I said, well, unfortunately, are you telling me that it is impossible? We have not seen parents that kill their children for whatever reason. It is possible. Now, as we speak now, we don't have any killer for this child. It's just so many suspicions and people that we are hoping that they could be held accountable. And in a murder case, normally, until somebody is accused profoundly, everybody involved is a suspect. So it's not as if I said anything out of place. But I get the angle that they are coming from. Emotions are running high. People are getting, sympathetic and all of those things. And these people are grieving and they just want you to be in their shoe, which I agree with, which I believe in over time. But there's some of the actions that just don't make sense. Now, they all believe that their actions don't make sense. I mean, I think I don't believe that. They be like, yes, it's okay. People like, yeah, people grieve differently. I'm like, tell me who else has grieved like that? Nobody. But they said, oh, when I lost my mother was just singing. I'm like, did she post it online? No, it's madness. There's no other name to call it. It's madness. I'm not going to feel differently about that. It's madness. It makes no sense. It's just how social media just make us act stupid in this century. Can't do that and then when you're child and you think because I promised him a birthday, I will still do the birthday anyway. How are you grieving? And they say they grieve. No, that's not grieving, that's foolishness. And then you post it. Who grieves like that? That's it don't make any sense. But now I'm making this instance for you to see something. Now, over time, do I feel like my update was gross? Yeah. It was gross. Like it was cold as hell. Which I really don't, it's really not me. But I feel like they did something very gross. They are insensitive to their own dead child. Why should I be sensitive? But that's not where we're going. So I felt the update was bad. I agree it was bad. But I don't regret it. And I'll tell you why. So that's just a personal principle. I don't regret anything I choose to do. But this is where we are going. This is what I want to show you. So I was talking to this friend who, of course, know how to argue for a living too. And see, if anybody talks to me like that, let's establish for the fact that it's out of respect for me. They've shared me on the wall, but we talk on a personal note and we're talking. It's because they love you and they want you to do right. And so I appreciate people who come to criticize me in private like that. I respect it. But by now they know that you can't just come and say it and I will just say, okay. You will have to, be convincing. Tell me, I will ask you questions. If you can answer my questions, even if I don't believe it. Many times this same person has come and be like, why did you do that? No, delete it. And I will not even say a word. I will go there and take it down. Sometimes I will argue a little bit and I will tell her what you are saying don't make sense. But because of her, I will still take it down. You understand? It's not as if I'm convinced. I'm thinking about Openini Shola, this person where you say that your person go back on lower it. I will take it down. But this one, that even me know that is gross. Follow me. I know that it's not so good enough. So he came down with all the emotions in her. Victor, whoa, you know it and be me. I was listening. So we started arguing, and after the debate, she could not answer my question, so she wanted to dodge the whole question. And she goes, we'll get out. And I said, come, let me talk to you a little bit. He said it's wrong. What I just need to tell you is wrong. You know when women want to scatter that story. No, mo find a level. What's wrong with you? I've always been motivated to play that 19. So my friend was really expressing her displeasure about it, and I told her, I said, this is what you don't know. I don't have to be right all the time. Hear me. This is one of the problems that we have as individuals. I said, listen, I don't have to be right all the time. I am not Jesus Christ. No, it's not. It's Mojis. Do you know Mojis? Mojis at the Tolly baby jelly. I said, I don't have to be right all the time. I'm not Jesus Christ. I can be wrong. We assume perfection. And that's why we always struggle when we are being criticized. So you are now trying to be defensive. And then you fight battles that are unnecessary. You don't have to be right all the time. I said, yeah, you might think it is bad. I don't see it from where you are seeing it. And unfortunately, there's something you said that will change my perception about their actions. And I said, well, I understand that the action is somehow is kind of weird, but why do you say they are suspect? I said, well, I think that's gross, but if they are insensitive to their own problem, why should I be sensitive to it? So immediately I said, I don't have to be right all the time. She said, well, you are wrong this time. I said, I agree. So our debate is not about who is right or who is wrong. I am admitting to be wrong. I'm just saying it's okay to be wrong. It's okay. People can be wrong. And people should be wrong. If you don't have a space in your heart to know that people cannot act right all the time, then you are going to fall into so many errors and you are going to destroy so many relationships. Bomi Dada, there are so many people that you have cut off and destroyed their relationship, not because they are a bad person. It is because you lack the virtue of patience. Èmi àdúgbò bí mo ṣe láìkí Fúnkẹ́ tó, èmi ni Fúnkẹ́ wá ṣe irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn sí, èmi ṣé Fúnkẹ́ jẹ́ Jésù ni? When somebody has been good to you before and the human nature in them make them, go wrong with you one time and you cut them off, you lack a good virtue of patience. Do you understand me? I told you last week that my mother said to me that if somebody has done you one good, if he do you 9 evil, remember the one good and forgive the 9 evil. Auntie, èmi ò lórí ọ̀rẹ́ tèmi irọ́ ló pa. Kò sẹ́ni tí ò lórí ọ̀rẹ́, ìwà ẹ̀ ò dáa ni. You lack that virtue of patience. You change friends every 7 months. Me, I don't believe I don't make friends with women. I have made friends. All my friends are guys. I say, go get away. I've said it before on this show. They came to inbox and start fighting me after the show. I will say it again. Sir, men, If your wife tell you that his bestie is a man, break up with her. She's only rano. You are the only bestie that she's permitted to have. If you are not good enough to be her best friend, why are you your husband? Walk away. If you are following me, Busayo, you will have known by now that you don't have to accept everything I say. You don't have to. Me, I don't mix with, I don't do well with female friends. It is male friends that I do well with. You lack virtue. You know what the Bible says? Hear this. Follow peace with how many people? With all men. Follow peace with all men. Everybody don't have to be your friend. But if you cannot be at peace with everybody, you still lack it. It's something, see, some of us, one of the problems that we have is that we are not exposed and open to learning. You have to be the first critic of your own self. Somebody say, oh, she got oníwà kan tí ò dá tó ń wù. Me, I'm not that kind of a person. So you don't even know me. Calm down. Check, look on the inside. Any kini saw, any kedi saw, any keta saw. Oh, they should argue. This is the reason why you will not improve. What if my bestie is female? If I'm female, you should have a female friend. Yeah, what's wrong with that? It is a strategy to shy away from their social skills that they say, because a male friend, see, if I know 10 women in my life that always tell me they have a male bestie, by the time I ask them questions, 9.5 out of those 10 is that male bestie is either has asked them out before, or has dated them before, or is asking them out now, or we end up asking them out later. It has always worked like that. All the male bestie. You'll be besting the man. First of all, it's an insult on the man. Because when a woman is besting you, it's like it's telling you that, winner. You can be friends with you until you start knowing that you're seeing somebody. So me, I'm your bestie. Somebody is for Elenupo. Not like game only for it. My bestie is a guy. They talk about one who's spirit, soul, and body. Can't get away. If you are not in a relationship, you can have a male friend. It's okay. Even if you're in a relationship, it's not as if you cannot have a male friend. Don't get me wrong. But having a best friend that is a male. Excuse me, marry your best friend. Is your best friend mad? Or two of you you don't know what you are doing? When I was living in Nigeria, I never engaged a female GP doctor. I saw one and that was the end. Launching bitches. Well, for providers, it's different. Some people just feel more comfortable. Some female health providers can be ridiculous. Can be ridiculous. But I'm saying, how can you say your best friend is a guy as a lady and you are in a relationship? On both ends, it's bullshit. On the side of your so-called bestie, because if you don't have any problem, you don't confide in, but you for show ya will. Which can be able to take in shape. If I tell you that somebody is my best friend, mama for because you don't get best in there. Mama for I can be besting you if you don't have a relationship. If you have a relationship, you can be using me to do besting. It's like you're mad. They tell you that my own machine is not working. It's the day I start noticing that you're sitting with somebody else, that's the day I will start activating. Now, I don't know why they mad that last. It's bullshit. Because it's not even good on the guy's side. You are just messing up his mind. because you will do every other thing with him except having a relationship with him. That's nonsense. On the side of your boyfriend or your fiancé or your husband, so to say, because some married women are even that stupid. If he's not good enough to be your best friend, why do you marry him? Why do you marry him? And then your toaster cannot be you can't be introducing your toaster to your boyfriend as your friend. Are you mad? Women are so unrighteous with those things. He says, already our best friend, meaning, my best friend, you already meaning, who did you toast there? You think men, you think there's no such thing as the toasty. Men don't have ex toasty, if there's anything like that. You know it's the toaster. So if he toasts you, you are the toasty. Men don't have ex toasty. If he toasts you 10 years ago, the fact that it doesn't keep, it's not saying it now, doesn't mean the intention is still not there. If the opportunity presents, I'm for it, no time. Most of you are hearing me now. 84 best still she then claim best. 84. Don't tell you joke anymore. Lock up. You are still telling your husband that he's your best friend. I should get my tunjoko. Or sinwin you. Tell us the truth. Someone has bested you and forward here. Yes, now wrong now. Wrong. I've been in that shoe before. But it wasn't really bestie like that. I mean, it's because she's not even my best friend. It's not even my best friend. Let me see. Have I been in that shoe before? Problem me my for best thing last so go me short. Ma for because I don't get best in there. Ma for so there's no loss. I've MC a girlfriend's wedding before, you don't understand. We were not even best. We actually, and then she said the parents hooked her up with another guy, which they think is a better husband for her. And she seems like she wants to listen to the parents. And I'm like, go ahead. And they got married. I was the MC of the wedding. But what do I stand to lose? Boy, me will tell she bestini. She understand. Bestini only work for me. You know, say me, I'm very blunt. I'm very blunt. You can't best around me. Man, one in Alaye, are getting too close. Straight. I don't. You can't best around me. You can't best around me. I would tell because I'm not your dog baby. Girls want to use you when they make you best. They want to use you. If she's broke, you'll be the one to raise her. If she to generate a baba, why the mechanic, why the radio, we call them for. Which kind of rubbish is that? If me man suffering when to bá kí mi máa ṣe kíní ẹ̀ fúnra wa. Straight, there's no such thing as bestie. Leave it. Let's not divert from the topic of the day. I just hate it when people talk about, I'm my own best friend. My best friend is a guy. I don't do girls. I'm not so cool with girls. You lack the virtue of patience. I need to say this. That the day you assume that you are perfect, that's the day you begin to die. The day you begin to assume that, especially women, they know how to do self-hype. Me, I don't even have to, I don't stress anybody. There's something in you that still needs improvement. You are good. What is this one saying? Bridget. So you can't have female as your bestie. You know now. You already know. I can't have a female bestie. I'm too sexually active to have a female bestie. Let's first of all. What if your bestie is a married? What if your best is married man? There's something like bestie. So married man don't have erection. What are you saying? It doesn't make any difference. As long as you still have erection, there's no such thing as, because you see, for him to be your bestie, there's a volume, there's a measure of attraction you already have for him. So it's like you setting yourself. Sometimes maybe you don't even think about it like that. But you see, it's like, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. You are just setting yourself up for failure. If you know reason him like that, if the guy reason him like that, will you blame him? He's your bestie. Now, this is how you make yourself vulnerable. He's taking you out. You are bestie, daddy, with pepper soup. I want to. Some of them will even greet you. You'll not be saying, no, he's my friend, though. If you have to explain yourself, how the cordial relationship that people can see between you and the guy that you're not dating is, then you're already missing it. Now you're having to explain yourself. It's not making any sense. Now, every other guy that's supposed to ask you out is seeing you and this bestie. Why do you you are seeing the next work of Kodoroko? Who would lead me? Who would lead me? Some of you have repelled good men, good suitors from yourself because you have kept the unnecessary ones to yourself. Your bestie is taking you, you're eating pepper soup and origin. If your origin move pepper soup, bestie. This man will not marry you, you know. In fact, maybe like Nika said, is he probably even married? Or he's dating your friend. But he's taking you out every time. If you need to go somewhere, he give you a ride somewhere. So every man that's supposed to ask you out, they are seeing you with a man that is not even dating you, but it is you who have to explain it because he doesn't look like it from distance. It's not everybody that come and ask you, are you dating him? Especially in a community like Nigeria, people just see you together. Tomorrow now, your gossip is everywhere. You are now angry. No, you are the one that created the picture. You're not calling. Femi, le bili kan tí mo gbọ́. Wọ́n sọ pé kíní kan pé ìwọ ti bá mi sùn. Bá mi sọ yá sọ fún wọn nísìn. Ṣé mi àti ẹ ti ever bára sọ yìí? You are mad. You are the one who have set yourself up for failure. You held on to unprofitable relationship and it has prevented you from the healthy ones. What significance is that, my friend? Don't let me hear that bestie again. If you're having one made bestie now, I put it to you. I like Belen. Go away from there. Go and have your own boyfriend. Your boyfriend should be your bestie. Go and marry. Your husband should be your bestie. If you're a married man and you're keeping a male bestie and you're still fighting, telling your husband that your broad meaning now, thunder will fire you very soon. Thunder will soon fire you. Because if your husband have that kind of female bestie too, you will be opening highlight touchlights. Winning through patience. I believe there are so many toxic relationships. I believe strongly that there are so many relationships that doesn't deserve to exist. I believe strongly that there are so many relationships that are not meant to be. And if you are in such relationship, agbára Ọlọ́run ní bára yín wọ 2022. Yes, I have explained that. Mr. Muiwa, what I'm saying is, I don't think I have female friends, but they are not my bestie. You understand? You can have a friend of opposite sex. It's social skills. No, it's not a matter of choice. By fornicator, if you are having a relationship and you're a man, another man is your bestie. It's not you are a bloody fornicator. There's no me. I'm not mixing words with that. I don't. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. You understand? It's not a matter of choice. You are just not being realistic and responsible to yourself. That's it. You create a reputation that you will have to explain yourself, then it doesn't deserve it. If you have to explain yourself, then it's not worth it. Now, Mr. Mewa, what I'm saying in essence is this. You can have friends of opposite sex. In fact, it's good to have such social skills, but it can't be your bestie. I'm saying firmly, if I'm going to be in a relationship with you, you can't be my wife and have a female and have a male bestie. Are you mad? So what am I? I only want to be married to my friend. If we ever marry at all, I want to marry to somebody who can be my friend. And if you can't be my friend, you can't be my girlfriend. And that's why for me, it's a simultaneous progress for me. Nobody can jump from being a nobody to being a fiancé with me. It's not going to happen. You can't jump from being a nobody, being a nominal person, to a girlfriend. No, it's not going to happen. There's no way we are running to. You have to, from a nominal person to be a friend. We'll be a friend, then to have a relationship. And then from relationship, one day, we will both see that we are inevitably meant for each other, and then we will be engaged. And don't skip fence. And then we put a seal on our engagement by proceeding to the altar and be married. Now, if you go through all this growth stage of establishing a formidable relationship, you go through all of this growth process of establishing that intimacy, that relationship. And one woman now tells you that another man is his best friend. It's just absurd. How do you keep a best friend outside me? How are you trying to divide your attention? Exactly when I see, my experience is that most people that have told me about their best friend, when I ask questions, it's always somebody who have asked them out before. Mr. Meanwhile, you and I know that we men, we don't have X to C, if there's anything like that. If we toast a woman today that she say no and we leave her alone, it doesn't mean that in 10 years' time, in 2 years' time, if opportunity presents itself, we will still not enter. We will still enter. The fact that it doesn't further come to ask you out doesn't mean the intention has erased. The intention is still there. So people will be telling you somebody is their bestie. Find out he has asked her out before, or they have knocked each other before. They now meet and they are now friends because the guy has maybe been with somebody else, or the guy will still eventually ask them out. Sometimes the guy have an intention to ask them out, but because they are friends, he doesn't. Maybe some naive guy. Some of them, they know in their heart, these women, these terrible women, they know in their heart that this guy like them. This guy have feelings for them. In fact, the guy have make advances one time that they have to repel. But the guy is not vocal. He doesn't know how to say it. So literally, they are just taking advantage of the guy because he can't talk. They know. They know. Do I have female friends? Yes, I do. But they are not my bestie. I have a childhood friend that we grew up from like age 7, 9. Age like age 8, 9. And we are still friends till today. How many times do we even talk in a year? The day that we will talk, we can talk for 3 straight hours, non-stop. She's in England. I like this. I had a male bestie at some point. It was the sweetest heart, but I never wanted a relationship with him. Abike, did he want a relationship with you at some point or not? Because the way your response came, one-sided. When I met my hubby, I told him, and he respectfully unbested me. I like that. I've done that before, like I told you. But I didn't. But I didn't. Sorry, because it's actually not ideal that anyone but your partner is your bestie. The end of that bestisms gave me room and time to build a formidable friendship with my hobby. Yes, you just need to avail yourself. You understand? You just need to avail yourself. I like that. That's smart. That's okay. Like I said, if you are not in a relationship, hear me very well so that people will not mix it up. This is not what we are talking about today. You guys are just going about this bestie thing. It's although I go by in video that where even got any time for him. If you are not in a relationship, you can have a male friend, and it can possibly be your closest friend. You are open. Sometimes you have a friend and then you became close, and then you don't. So we don't define how close we are going to be with people when we meet them. It's just how we relate that will not determine the proximity. You understand? So, but you are not in a relationship. Why not? You can have a friend that is a male, and you became close, and then inevitably becomes your best friend. Cool. If emotions set in, why not? That's a good person to marry. You know each other. You're already best friends. I don't know who don't want to marry his best friend. I don't know anyone. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. Now, if you guys like each other, whether he likes you or you like her, and the feeling is mutual, why not? That's a perfect relationship. People should marry their best friend in the first place. Now, but in the case like Abike Olashe was, cited, where she doesn't want to have a relationship with the guy, and she went on and have a relationship with her husband, spoke about it with the bestie, and the bestie undo the relationship that was with them. So that, see, is one brain that you have. You need all your attention and all your affection in your relationship. You can't stuck your head with keeping. Marriage is already a complete encumbrance. You want to keep that and still be keeping a relationship with one male bestie. Are you setting yourself for failure? That's just not right. Let me tell you something. In reality, in marriage, there will always be instances and situations that will make you feel as if you make the wrong decisions. And once it seems that you always have a solace to run to when crisis happen in your relationship, you will always run to it. There are so many shallow-minded women that every time they have crisis in their marriage and relationship, they turn to their bestie to discuss their issues. So the bestie now is your chief advisor. You will set yourself up for failure. Don't forget, a shoulder to lean on is a dick to ride on. Can I say that again? A shoulder to lean on is a dick to. Somebody is hearing me now. You are here. You know how you have issues in your relationship, your emotions, you're emotionally troubled. You want to go and confide in one bestie, and then you call him, come and pick me. He'll not pick you. You know, your conscience is breaking you now. You say, as if somebody will do it for me. No, that's so they have to go on, do it for me. Which man shelling here. You know, I mean, so many women are evidently got pregnant for another man in their marriage. It is because their marriage was troubled at some point, and then they maybe walk out and take some space, and then they begins to talk about their emotional stress in their marriage with one male friend. You understand? They begin to discuss with that one. That one begin to advise them, and they just need a crying shoulder. What about Jabo? At the end of the day, if you follow my hand here, if you follow, they end up getting pregnant in that little 2 weeks of crisis in their marriage. They resolved the marriage issue, went back to her husband. Oko, Okagbako, he entered. You know, say there's always this makeup sex. They will now knock each other. She get pregnant. She know in her heart that the husband is not the owner of that baby. That's why you see somebody married. First born is for the man. Second born is for the man. Third born is for somebody else. Last born is for the man. You will not be wondering how. It's always things that happen in the crisis moments. Crisis moment like that. You are a married woman. You have crisis in your marriage. You are remembering one of your ex. Yeah, like me. But come to one, she knows by. Nígbà tí mo ṣe single. Nígbà tí mo fẹ́ Kúnlé ńgbà yẹn. Kúnlé mọ àmọ́ bó ṣe ń treat you. Irú nǹkan tó kọ mí ṣe. Maybe one aspect. Your husband is an amazing man. He just one thing I don't know how to do. Now, you are having crisis now. You are remembering Kúnlé. He should know how to orchestrate things. Now, long story short, you and Kúnlé just jam. You now talk. You see that thing you are missing in your marriage, and you are still talking to Kúnlé. Will make you go to Kúnlé. Kúnlé will knock you. Don't put yourself at the back. Can't you go bring it to Shirano? No, there's something like self-control there. If you expose yourself to it, you will be vulnerable to it. There's no such thing as Irano. There's not such thing as self-control. No, don't always be too sure that you have self-control. As a matter of fact, the easiest way to fail is to assume that you have self-control. Are you with me? The easiest way to fall into sexual immoralities in marriage or in a relationship is when you think that you have self-control. In fact, what is called self-control is you not setting the atmosphere for yourself at all. Don't always think that you can do it. Yeah, I can go to my best friend's house. Me and my best friend, we are friends. In fact, we go out sometimes. We went to one party. We even sleep in the same hotel. We sleep on the same bed, and nothing happened. And shake people in lower unit and the fact that it has not happened does not mean it cannot happen or it will not happen. That's the easiest way to set yourself up for failure. There's no such thing as self-control. There's no such thing as self-control. Self-control is you not putting yourself at the verge of such in the first place. People should not talk to me about this bestie again. Let us leave that side. Like I said, there are so many seemingly ideal relationships that could have made a formidable, life. But because the virtue of patience was missing, the relationship was deterred. Hear me. One of the reasons why so many women have not been able to create and establish a formidable relationship is that they expect that things should be perfected from inception. If people will act right, there should be no God in the first place. If everybody can just know how to act right. Most women of this generation, you are looking for a cook beans. Oh, very good excuse. You've invested in one relationship before, you wasted your time and your energy and your resources. So now, I don't have time for, I want a man that is in this one. I want a man that is ready. No. I'm not sure what is wrong with young ladies of this generation. That you are not ready to build. You are not ready to grow. You want things just happen. No. Things just must happen. I have always said this, that women like lies. And it's a proven fact. Women love lies. They complain about it, but they like it anyway. Women enjoy lies. How many of you know that? Women complain about being lied to, but they enjoy that shit so much. So much. I will give you this analogy, which I was speaking to a dear friend this morning, and we're just talking about it. You don't judge the character or the willingness of a man from what it does to you or for you, because it is normal. It is very normal. Every sensible person will do campaign to win election. But we all know that election is not won by who invested more in campaign. I mean, I'm not talking of Nigeria now, I'm talking of in a sensible environment. Election is won by who can earn the credibility of the people. Election is won by credibility. The last American election shows us that. Biden barely spent any money. I did not see Biden post campaign advert anywhere. Maybe on CNN. And he plays like maybe 3-4 times in a day. Trump was everywhere. Trump had rally anywhere that matters. Trump holds rally in like 3 places in one day. Flying around. But he still lost the election because election is won by credibility. So it is normal for anybody to do a campaign during election. So if a man is patronizing you with all the peripherals and all the, women enjoys it. It just shows up from no freaking where, and it just talk to you, and it just all over you overnight, and it's already trying to meet your parents and wanting to settle down. And somebody told me not too long I started this show that the guy just called and asked her out, and he said he want a reply, he want them to get everything settled because latest by March he want her to settle down and move in with him. And I'm like, wow, March, what a love. But guys love that because we are in the generation of people who are not ready to commit to growth. How do you not know that that's a lie? How do you not know that that will end up being a boomerang? That's a disaster in the making. Patience is one virtue that has been missing. You make friends today, they disappear tomorrow. You make friends today, and then you say you are not good with having female friends. Because àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ obìnrin máa ń ṣàbùsí ọ̀rẹ́ ọkùnrin lèmi máa ń ní èmi ọlọ́rọ̀ obìnrin nǹkan ṣe ẹni. Those people are not necessarily have to be right. But if you are right, you will know better that you should have a space in your heart to accommodate excesses of people. How many of you have been in a situation, be honest with yourself, that you needed something so bad, and you know somebody who can do it for you, but that person, you guys are not in good terms anymore. Then you now have to maybe outsource it to somebody, look for somebody that can help you to do it. They did it for you, but it's not as good as if that person that you know before had done it. You know in your heart, you will have spent less and get a better result. But because I've destroyed the Yeah, it's back. I don't know what's wrong with the network. Is it back? Okay. Can you guys hear me now? I think the network disappeared for a minute. Is it back now? Can you guys hear me now? I think it's the network from my end. It's those auntie that don't like what I'm saying. I want it. I them one. We know those that are holding this network. Àwọn Yínká, àwọn 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 Princess Elizabeth, àwọn àwọn Bámidélé, àwọn náà ń di network mú wọn láìkí nǹkan náà sọ. Okay, is it back now? Can they hear us? Because I think I might just switch here. Okay. I just switched devices. Can you guys hear me now? Is it good? And anybody wey no sabi, yeah, no be you pẹ̀lú dàbí láíláí. And if I ever need savings, I'll be running to you. Okay, very good. I think this is even way better. This one has a better resolution than the. It is always, not every time, that you will necessarily have to refuse what you think is demeaning to you. Not necessarily at all time that, is the reason why so many of us have not been able to have a happy life. You know, patience. It's not because you don't know what to do. Patience is because we are just sane enough to give people the privilege and the opportunity to do better. How can you, as a married woman, that you have a plan to last in your husband's house, think that in your head you don't like your husband's sister, or you don't like your husband's parents, or they did something to you, you now open your mouth and talk at them. You talk at somebody's mother. Yes, you might apologize to him. He might tell you that he forgives you. But the reputation does not go anywhere. People might forget what you say to them. They will never forget how it makes them feel. There's much wisdom in silence. That explains the parable that we started with. Silence is not stupidity. Silence is wisdom. You are not being stupid for looking at things and just give people privilege to be better. Now you have created a battle for yourself that you can never win. Now you are in your marriage. In fact, you've abused the sister. You fought with this man's younger sister before you even marry him. Now you are married now. You are dealing with family battle. While our family will like you. Oh, they like you. Can you say, bó gbàdúrà jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, ò bá lọ dọ́ bá dàrí. Wọ́n ló kó ogun lẹ̀ dira ẹ̀ by your own self. Which woman that has sense thinks that you have an issue with your husband and the next thing you do is to go to his job to go and create a scene there or report him to the manager? And then he end up being suspended. And you think they will buy him paru dying. But you have reduced in value from that day. You have already sold an impression that cannot be redeemed. There's much wisdom. Tó bá tí grow to the level of maturity láti wo ìwọ̀sí báyìí, kì í ṣe gbogbo ìwọ̀sí lèèyàn máa ń kọ̀. This is how to win in life. Remember, we are preparing for 2022. These are the things that you need to take into the new year. Àwọn kan wà tó yẹ kó ṣe ayé ẹ láǹfààní, you need them. But you have destroyed the relationship with them. Ní ìsinyìí, o ò léèyàn kan lára gbọ́, igi yìí ò da ayọ̀ ná, tọ̀hún ò da ayọ̀ ná. Igi wo ni ó so oúnjẹ jiná gan? Ẹni yìí ò da abájà, tọ̀hún ò da abájà. Tó bá yá ìwọ gan ló máa di wèrè lójú àwọn èèyàn. Everybody ti mẹ́mí sì gbọ́ táwọn tó tọ́rẹ́ kan bá ṣe nǹkan tó ò tiẹ̀ síbẹ̀ gan, ìwọ náà máa fẹjọ́ sùn. I will tell you some secrets of good living today. I pray that God explain it in your heart so that you will understand it. You are in a group or an association. If anybody goes wrong there, even when you are not there, they call you. They call you to report what somebody says. Or everybody is in a meeting that what they are saying doesn't go right with everybody. They will be looking at you. They sorrow. You are the only one that always says, ẹjọ́. Lábẹ́ àṣẹ gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ àti alága àti gbogbo ilé. Kí ni gbogbo rubbish yìí? We cannot take that. Nígbà gbọ́ òpònú ló máa ń jìjà a. Do you hear what I said? Òpònú ló máa ń jìjà a. If you want to revolt for yourself. Why must it be you that the rest will be waiting for to speak? You are dumb. One thing me no nonsense person me the people know that me I will talk now. Èmi ìgbà tán sọ kí ni èmi mo bá sọ̀rọ̀. Mo bá sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ wa ṣáà ní kí náà àjọ rẹ̀ fún tàbí lè bára wa sọ̀rọ̀. Orí ẹ̀ ti dàrú. Àwọn tó kù tán ti rí nǹkan tó ṣe, wọ́n wá rojọ́ fún wọ. Kí ló ṣe wọ́n? See, when people talk to me about people, you should ask them, why can't you tell him? Why can't you tell her? Why must it be you that have to be the mouthpiece? Everywhere you have worked, you have always had one time or the other have to be involved in one rebellious act, and you are not thinking. Every group you have been, you have always been the rebel. In your church, you are the rebel. The gbàyà pastor di máa bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀, báyìí pé máa ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ gan-an wọ́n ṣe. Àwọn sọ pé sọ fẹ́ yìí náà gbẹ lọ́dọ̀ abẹ́mi ṣé ó máa tẹ́ o. They did not talk. That the one that say, ẹ wo ma, amen, amen, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ilé Ọlọ́run la wà. Ẹ jẹ́ tá a kò dẹ̀ ní da ká má máa bára wa sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ mà. Ṣé ẹ rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe máa ń ṣe ìwà yín ò no now. Ta lẹ fẹ́ máa bá sọ̀rọ̀ bí ọmọ kékeré nígbà. Tá a bá ń wá ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì lórí aláìkí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ni. Gbogbo wa lè lọ ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì ni. You become rebellious. God kill people for rebellion. You are volatile. It is not a sign of strength. They are hailing you at the back. They will bury you right in front of you. The day it turns to your head, the same people tell you, don't say, what go ni? Ó ṣe jọ́rú ẹ̀yìn, ó ṣe jẹ́ kí wọ́n máa pè wọ́n kan tó discuss èèyàn kan tó ṣàìdá. Because pé ọ̀rẹ́ mi èmi mọ̀ wo sórí bó ṣe gbà tó sọ̀rọ̀ ní meeting yẹn, mo like bó ṣe sọ fún wo ó dùn bó ṣe kí fún yẹn, mo like bó ṣe jẹ́ kó mọ̀ straight. Wọ́n máa tiẹ̀ pa ni. Wọ́n máa tiẹ̀ pa ni. Gbọ́. There are two proverbs that is relatively the same thing. There is one in English, there is one in Yoruba. Please write this thing down in your hand. You will need it. English proverb says, realists don't make it. Realists don't make it. Don't ever think it's a good title. Everybody know me. Let's be realistic. Me, I'm a realist. Show me one realist that succeeded. But let's go by history. Look for people who are activists. Show me one that succeeded. Martin Luther King, I have a dream. It is Obama that enjoyed the dream. He was shot in cold blood. The revolution he was fighting for, came back after him. This generation today, the Black community in America today, are enjoying the equal rights movement that was fought by Martin Luther King. Where are his children? What is his own gain? Oh, he's an hero. We have Martin Luther King Day every year. Well, do you want to be an hero at your demise, or you want to live a peaceful and successful life while you are alive? You have a choice. Realists don't make it. Ẹnu mi gbà, àwọn tó mọ̀ mí they have known me. Wèrè náà mú ẹ̀ sí. Wọ́n sọ lẹ́ pé mo mọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìwọ no nonsense ìwọ máa sọ toró sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni everybody kan sọ pé ibo ni Fúnkẹ́ wà báyìí gbogbo rubbish tó ń ṣe kádẹ̀ ní Fúnkẹ́ wà ń bí ni wá dé wọ́n wá kẹjọ́ wá báyìí òpònú ara ẹ̀ náà wá mọ̀jà sọ́run lọ pàdé next week àjẹ́ kan mọ̀ èmi kẹ̀ ẹ̀yin lẹ́ fa gbogbo rubbish yẹn ó débẹ̀ ó ṣe bẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ní pépépépépépépépépé ó gọ ni. Realists don't make it. Write down as one. That's an English proverb. There's a Yoruba proverb that is very dangerous. It's very unpopular, but it's one of the hardest truths. Yoruba says, olóòótọ́ kì í lẹ́ni. Yoruba ló sọ pé òótọ́ ló ń tọ́ ọ̀yàn. Yoruba kan náà ló sọ pé olóòótọ́ ò kì í ní ẹni. You know what that means? Somebody that is a true sayer. That's why I look at people on Facebook that they call themselves true sayer. What sort of title is that? You will die in poverty. Only olóòótọ́ kì í lẹ́ni. What it means is that true sayers can't even afford a mat to sleep. It's not me that said it. It's a Yoruba proverb. Olóòótọ́ ò kì í ní ẹni. Hear this one. I've given you an English proverb. I'm giving you a Yoruba proverb. Let's go by the scripture. The Bible says, he that keepeth his own mouth keepeth his own soul. Let me read it for you in Yoruba. Ẹni tó bá pa ẹnu ẹ̀ mọ́, ó pa ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ mọ́. Take this home tonight. It is only fools that fight congregational battle. Òpònú ló máa ń jìjà ìjà mùtúmùwà. Nígbà, ní. Tí màá sọ̀rọ̀, at least this cannot continue. Ẹnìkan ló ṣáà máa sọ̀rọ̀. Mo sì bì yú. Àwọn tí ò sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tó gọ̀ ni. Kì í ṣe oyè gidi, kì í ṣe acronym gidi, kan sọ pé èèyàn kan true say ìyá fẹ́ jẹ́ ni. Diplomacy is one of the secrets to a successful life. Diplomacy. Hear me. I'm not saying that person is good. Patience is your own virtue. See, it is only on Facebook that I've seen that people criticize people for doing what is wrong by doing what is wrong. Did you hear me? I see it online a lot. So I end up seeing pot calling kettle black. It is only on this space you see people say somebody did something that is bad, and then they want to address the bad that the person did by doing exactly the same thing. No, Matthew 5:16. Let your light shine before men. If there's no darkness, you don't need the light to shine in the first place. So God knows that you are in a dark world. Let your light shine before men, that they will see your good work, and then they will glorify your Father in heaven. Listen, people's attitude change towards you when your character has been proven to be unshaken. Most times when people act negatively to you, they are not acting negatively to you because they hate you. They act negatively because it is just inhuman to shake you. When you become unshaken, two things will happen. You will exhaust their energy, and they will come to terms to agree with you that this is who you are. It doesn't mean they will not like you, but they will come to terms to you over time. It might take a while, but you see, they will begin to give you that respect. That is not, you did not ask for it. You have insisted on a value for yourself, and it will just remain like that. You don't ask people to respect you. You respect yourself and insist on the standard of life that you want to live. When they shake you, and you remain unshaken, they will be tired of shaking, and then they are the one that will tell other people that are trying to shake you, pé ó jẹ́ fílẹ̀ kò ní dẹ́ lóhùn. Èèyàn burúkú, èèyàn tó ń ṣe burúkú, ó mọ̀ pé nǹkan burúkú lòun ń ṣe, ẹni tó máa sọ fún ló ń dúró dè. We are in a world where people are living with bitterness, pain, and anger. Hear me. My father told me when he was teaching me how to drive, my late father said, after knowing how to drive, you have learned the skill, and I think you know how to drive. He said, but the real driving lesson is for you to know that every time you drive, make sure you are driving as if you are the only sane person in the entire city of Lagos. Put it in your head that every other person driving on this road is mad. So drive like you are driving in the midst of mad people who just came out from Maro and somebody gave them a car to drive. Have an expectation that somebody will run you over in front of you. Somebody will make a turn without trafficating. Somebody can just stop in front of a roundabout and begin to reverse. Expect the unthinkable. So when you drive, give a space. Just in case the driver in front of you want to go mad, you can just shift to another side. Just in case the driver beside you want to doze off, you can easily bump your brake and just move away. Peradventure, they are even too crazy that they have to hit you. The hit will not be severe. But if you are driving and then, orí ẹ̀ ti dàrú, o rí pé mo tan trafficator àbí, o rí pé mo yíwọ́ sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ àbí, ṣé o rí pé wọ́n kọ́ mi lè lélẹ̀, o notice, èmi mo ní right of way now. This is my lane mi lélẹ̀. In Lagos, you want to claim lane, want to accident ìṣeré. Bullet ti rí Tony King. 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 Wọ́n tún ti bẹ̀rẹ̀. Drive. You see, that driving lesson is the same principle that applies to life in general. We run into emotional stress because we always expect people to act right. We run into so much emotional stress because you think we want people to act right. Hear this. Matter of fact, sometimes they are not even wrong. They just have a different perception from you. The fact that it doesn't go your way doesn't make it wrong. I've given us this analogy before. 7 plus 8 is what? 7 plus 8 is what? Quick, I'm going. 7 plus 8 is what? I want to engage you guys so that we can we're going somewhere. 7 plus 8 is what? Mathematics students. Abike Adeshawa yẹn mọ̀wé díẹ̀. Bámidélé ò mọ̀wé. Ọkùnrin nìkan ló mọ̀. 7 plus 8 is 15. Thank you. 7 plus 8 is 15. 10 plus 5 is what? 10 plus 5 is what? Okay, 15. 10 plus 5 is 15 too, right? Oh, wow. Amazing. 12 plus 3 is what? 12 plus 3 is what? 12 plus 3 is 15 again. Oh, amazing. Now, what does that tell us? There are so many additions, so many equations that can give us 15. 9 plus 6 is equal to 15. 7 plus 8 equals to 15. 12 plus 3 is equals to 15. There are so many additions, there are so many equations that can resolve to 15. Now, you will be a colossal fool to think the only thing you can add up to make 15 is 10 plus 5. So I can say 10 plus 5 is 15. And then you say, no, 10 plus 5 is not 15. 7 plus 8 is 15. You are dumb. The way we add things up in our head, in the reality of life, it differs. So the fact that somebody did not use your formula does not mean we get a wrong result. The fact that somebody thinks differently from the way you think does not necessarily mean the person is wrong. Matter of fact, you are wrong to think that it has to be your way. The way we are processed, the way we process, it differs. We are from different age, race, culture, value, parental, peer pressures, peer groups, environments. Is different. How we are going to see things will be different. Some people will see half full, some people will see half empty, and it's the same glass of the same content. Now, we are going to live a very peaceful and happy life when you just let people to figure their equation out. Hear this. Allow people to figure their equation out. If you get your results, stick with it. Let people figure out. Sometimes, see, it is okay to let people to fail. Failure is part of success. You can advise people. You can enforce. I see people go, people will just see you post something and they don't like what you post. And then they come to your word and you can see that they are not you. There are people who will come and give their contrary opinion. And it's okay, it's allowed. But you see some people that come and comment, you can see that they intentionally want to spite you. They, in their mind, are sort of proof, like boy, and they want to abuse you on your own post, on my own page. Or I just have one click like this. And the thing we say delete, I will delete. We let it waste 5 megabytes that time for no reason. I am the one in charge of my page. Facebook gave me control. I can decide what comment remains on my wall. So in your mind, if you think you want to come and diss me, you are just dumb. I will just click like this. Delete. Acknowledge me. My shaya and blocking. Kí ló fi affect me? Kí ló fi ní mi lára? Ta ló lo data? Ìwọ ni. How people stay sleepless at night. There was one day I was laughing my ass out. One nuisance, one February. He spent the whole night. We were going back and forth. Yeah, you bastard. On top of my own post, he was right. I will sleep, I will wake up in the middle of that. I will see that I have dropped like 2-3 comments again. I don't know if I should okay. I tún sùn lọ. Mo tún jí ìdájí mo gbọ́ tó ṣe wọ́n á wò báyìí kí ìyá èèyàn kan dẹ̀ lélẹ́yìn. Ìyá èèyàn kan rẹ̀. How shallow-minded. For your mind now, you think that your opinion about my life will be a validation. You that I don't even know. You are not even responsible enough. You are not even bold enough to be a real profile. Them crazy ass fake profile is abusing you and you are reacting to it. So gone. People will screenshot some people's comments. Look at who is this person that is saying this thing about you? I'm like, what do you want me to do now? Go and fight the person. Fake profile. So as old as I am, spent over 4 decades of existence, I will now sit down and you think it is you who I don't even know. You are inconsequential. You are mentally, psychologically, spiritually empty. You have no relevance in my life. It is you that will now have an opinion about me, and I will take that as validation. Oh, Goni. But so many of us do. We just let people just run you over. People can be wrong. Let people be wrong. You will live a happy, good life if you have developed the ideology in your head that people can be wrong, especially in this day and age where there's so much anger, bitterness. Wo gbọ́ mi dáadáa tó bá yẹn ni sọ fún ẹ. Àwọn èèyàn níṣòro. The fact that you're watching act normal, in fact, some of you go and act normal ẹ̀ kan mọ̀ ni. Àwọn ará àdúgbò, àwọn family, wọ́n ń rọ́jú sí ẹni, bọ́ ó mọ̀. Bọ́ sí, àwọn èèyàn níṣòro. Àwọn èèyàn lógun, àwọn èèyàn kan ti wú sínú, wọ́n kàn wá ibi tó fẹ́ bẹ́ sí. Don't avail yourself for such. You have to know that. How many of you have seen this before, that you have an issue or a discussion with somebody, and by the time the person reacts, you are shocked, like, ọ̀rọ̀ yà bí mi. You can clearly see, pé kì í ṣe nǹkan tó pa yín pọ̀ yẹn ló ń react sí. You can clearly see pé léyìí, there's something more. Wọ́n máa gbà, tó ti mean mi tẹ́lẹ̀ ni, kò mean ẹ tẹ́lẹ̀. People react with you not because of what you say or what you do. People react to you based on what is going on in their life. That's why you will see one update can mean positive to one person, and one person will just come from there and just say, what's wrong with you? Kì í ṣe people's opinion about you is not based on what you do or what the perception of you is based on what is going on in their life. What an amazing thing that to face it. Unfortunately, I have switched from my tablet to my phone. I'm using the phone for the video now, but don't worry, I'll check it. Olu best, I'll check it. I'm using the phone now. I was using the tablet, but when the network was buffering, I switched to the phone. Let me see if I can switch back. Yeah, I've switched back to the tablet, so I can check this now. Okay, yeah, we'll talk about it after the show. Yeah, we'll talk about it. It's fine. I've done that for many of these people. They don't give me the wisdom, but it's like sometimes I'm sponsoring people going mad. But don't worry, that's not the problem. I can walk you through all of that. Tèmi tó gbà tàbí get out of my. Àwọn admin mi gan, ó yẹ kẹ́ tí màá kan tó yẹ kẹ́ máa ṣá sí blocking irú Tèmi tó pẹ́ àti dájú ló ti ń stress me out. This Tèmi tó pẹ́ àṣàbí. Did they choose you behind me? Now, people don't have to act right. You have to act right. Respect is not asked for. Respect is earned. If you have to tell people how much you worth, then you worth nothing. I think you have many keywords now. I might have to revise all of these things so that you can. I want you to take home all of these things. If you have to tell people how much you worth, my dear, you worth nothing. If you have to tell people and spell out your words and the value that you have to people before they notice you or before they respect you, then you really don't want anything. Your value should be an aura that comes out of you, because you see, what makes you valuable is not in possessions or it's not in, no, empty barrel will make noise. Empty barrel makes noise. You don't tell people you are mature. Those things are not, they have to see it in you. You have to demonstrate it. You don't tell people you are successful. You are telling somebody that you are not in his level. Èmi ò ń ṣe level yìí, mi ò ń ṣe level èmi àti ẹ ò sínú level. No, now. You're already having an argument with the person. You are already in the same level. If somebody is on stuff, man. Is it cool now? You don't tell people and they are not in your level. Some people is calling me on Messenger while I'm on the show. Let's talk right now. I'm the one that is disrupting my network. What are you calling my Messenger for? I have a phone, call the WhatsApp. You don't have to tell people how valuable you are. You just have to show it. If you make it, you don't tell people. If you are intelligent, you don't tell people. They just see it in you. You see, people have to tell somebody the level of education they have. That means the education did not show in you. Some of you today, your husband is a good man. Your husband is a good man. And you know, you don't have a problem with your husband. So your nuclear family is okay. The only problem you are suffering in your marriage right now is in-law. And you know that you are the one who created that problem for yourself, even before you married the man. You have drawn a wall of attrition and belligerency. O ti create ogunlẹ̀ dera ẹ̀kọ́ tó wọnú ìgbéyàwó ọ̀hún gan. Níbi pé mi ò gbàwò sí. Àbúrò ọkọ mi ò ń ṣẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀ náà. Bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ní à. These are people who are stakeholder in the life of this man. Àwọn ẹni wọ́n wá ń ra ogúnlẹ̀ díẹ̀ báyìí ní ìsìn. I have been dealing with it for 10, 15 years of your marriage. I am glad to announce to you, you will deal with it for the rest of your life. Show what? Insult ọjọ́ kan tó yẹ kó kàn wò báyìí. Kò look away. In fact, some of you, your in-laws misbehaved and you reported it to your husband. Your husband says, I will address it. But because you did not see your husband going to fight, because you wanted him that to be a good man, you have to come and become Bashali and be fighting on your behalf. Well, because you did not see him go and address the sister right in your face, you think that your husband is not acting. How many of you feel that your husband is loose? Women here. You think that your husband don't what stupid. Because you did not see your husband go and meet the person and begin to shout. You think your husband did not act, and in your mind, you think he's not protecting your interests. Every woman wants a man that can protect him. Oh, she tell me whether. Then you jump ahead and you break the chain of order. Jump ahead of your husband to go and talk to the person. Eniola, are you seeing the screen at all? Are you seeing this screen? Because if you are seeing this screen, you would definitely have an answer to your question. I have only one phone. I have only one phone number in my entire life, in the whole world. Because mi ò ṣe èèyàn, mi ò gbápótí ìbò, mi ì fàdíyà, mi ò ní kọ́mọ ẹdìyẹ má rìn, mi ò jẹ̀yàn ní kankan. I don't need to have one secret phone number anywhere. If call gets overwhelming, if I need to do something, I don't answer. As I tell people, I respond more to messages than call. Most times, if you call me and I did not answer, I'll probably call you back in a later time. Or I might forget. I'm very forgetful. Everybody that knows me knows that. I forget stuff. But if I see your message, the line is not showing. Which phone are you using? Way or ZTE? Change your phone. There's a phone number on the screen right here. How is it not showing? But pretty much I responded more to messages. I mean, paste the number. I don't know how it's not showing on your phone, but I hope somebody is there that can help me paste the numbers right there. You will overcome so many battles. If you can just overlook, you are not being stupid, it's diplomacy. You can be a fool and you can be a nylon. Ayédèwọ̀ ló máa ń ta gbogbo nǹkan dànù, tẹ̀gbìn dànù. Eléyìí wá ó tá dànù. You will create so many battles for yourself that are unnecessary. Now you are living the rest of your married life dealing with bitter in-laws that are frustrating your life over issues that you could have just walked away from. Even if you end up winning the battle, is it worth the stress? You don't tell people that you have value. You show the value to people. And you don't right any wrong by being wrong. You don't tell people they are wrong. See, in the first place, they are wrong. They are not acting right. You think it is you that will not tell them to act right and they will act right. No. If they can act right, they will have act right in the first place. So the only way to right the wrong is to be right. There's no wrong person that you confront that will not revolt back to you. I'm going to close by telling you a personal story. At least try to tell you from personal experiences. Because you see, it's easy for you to hear me talk and think that I have too much sense. I see so many people comment these things that you are so much blessed with wisdom. No, I don't. I'm just a man of like passion like you. That's why it's a chat room. It's a dialogue. I learn from you guys most of the times. Most times, the things that I say
Since that I have discussion with some people on a personal, people talk to me and they confide in their personal issues, and we just listen and dialogue together. And God help us, we look at things from different angles and we provide solutions. The process of those discussions sometimes are what I come and share in the larger audience and just save you the details of whoever is involved. And that's it. So it is easier for somebody to just think that I know it all. You'll be wrong. Guess what? 80% of things that I share with us, there are things that I've, in fact, 100% of things that I share with us are things that I've learned from two things, two ways. Either learn from study, because I've been privileged to be in a place of leadership almost all my life. So I've done a lot of studies and all of that. But the larger part of the things that I share today and every other time are lessons and values that I learned from experiences, personal experiences. And most of those experiences are not good ones. There are experiences that comes with bitterness. There are experiences that comes with pain. There are experiences that some of them comes with irredeemable regrets. So you would be dumb to think I am perfect. No. I've I am seamless now. I seems to be effortless. I seems to talk too much sense. You know why? Because I've failed many times. If you think I'm endued with wisdom now, well, the wisdom is there because I have failed many times. I speak so much mysteries today, but those mysteries comes out of the place of pain, regrets, and some irredeemable scars. So you will do yourself a lot of harm if you throw such wisdom in the garbage. It costs somebody certain things that they cannot even recover back. And I will tell you one, and I'm done for the night. Except somebody who is just new on this show. So all of you are feeling like you have my number, and everybody just pasting my number anyhow. Bridget, if you're okay, which well again? Okay, Marvin, that one is a good person. Marvin is a good person. Let me not go there. All of you are feeling like my number is on your speed dial. Actually, okay. Now let me close with this. Everybody who has been conversant on this platform, we know by now. And I've been married before. Matter of fact, I was married for 6 years and 8 months, almost 7 years. Out of that marriage, I had two amazing kids. And then the marriage ended officially, was separated in 2018 and officially ended in 2019. May I formally tell you that was a regrettable experience. And I think I've mentioned it before on this platform. And I don't think my ex-wife is a bad person. I think she's just a bad fit. We're just not a match. She'll probably be an amazing wife. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't hate her, but I don't like her enough to, you know, wish her anything she did not wish herself. So hopefully, probably, might be an amazing wife in a new marriage. She's married now, and I wish her well. Good luck to her. Anybody that lie on this platform, thunder will fire them. Everybody say amen. All the bloody liars on this platform. I sorry for you. So she might probably be doing fantastically well, and it might work out for her. And I hope it do work out. And I really want it to work out for her. But why am I reverting back to this? Unlike most divorce, people who have so many bitterness and horrible things to say about their exes. I don't. That doesn't mean she's perfect. That doesn't mean I don't have very horrible record. Oh hell yeah, I do. Some unspeakable and unthinkable things I do have that I even struggle with in my head, that is as bad as I have to take therapy classes and all of those things. Trust me, she will probably have some. But why am I reverting back to this experience? Unlike any other divorce, people divorce and they be like, thank God I'm out of that marriage. That is not my own case. If there is anything I wish it never happened, is that divorce. I will live the rest of my life regretting that two things. Either maybe I shouldn't have been in the marriage at all in the first place. But well, I already been in it. But I will live the rest of my life regretting that the divorce ever happened. I'll tell you why. Funny enough, somebody will say, now, a typical woman mind will say, oh, he still love the ex-wife. Well, that's why I married her in the first place. If I don't love her, why did I marry her? That's not the point. But you see, in all fairness, in the reality is, I'm not regretting the divorce because I'm still in love with her. In all fairness, if I be true to myself, I have lost the love before the divorce. The love died a natural death. It was gone. But I have a very strong value for family. I live all my life looking forward to having a family. All my life. I never lived with my father. So I look forward to being to my children what my father was never to me. I wanted to have that family value and raise children. I want to have kids that I'm going to walk to school and wake up beside and, you know, teach them how to lace their shoe and take them to basketball game. And because of the differences that I could not work out, because of the differences that we both, my values was contrary to our values. We both use our selfish interests to destroy this vision of having a family. Now, so because I've not been able to manage, see, because it's at the end of the day, it is failure on my side. I could not be. Let's say she's bad. I didn't say that, but let's say she's bad. I have failed not being able to manage a bad side. It is failure because you see, to everything you cannot live with, it's because it's you only fail the exam because you can't get the correct answer. You know, who told me that there is one better woman somewhere that I'm going to marry next? Who? I can only pray to God. I can only trust God. Other people like Chris Okotie have been married 6 times. Pastor Chris Okotie. What is the guarantee that there is one woman that is waiting for me in the future now that is better than my ex? It is not the love, but it is that whether I like it or not, whether anybody wants to encourage me with sweet words or not, I have failed in not being able to manage the inconsistency in her, which evidently I'm going to meet somewhere else. So it will be a colossal loss to me if tomorrow I get married now, don't lie to me, she will have another behavior. It might not be the same thing. In fact, I might see the same thing there. But even if she doesn't have what my ex-wife has as a bad character, she will have her own. Woe betide me if I jump out of this marriage now and forfeited the value of living with my children. So another man is fathering my children now, and I don't have a choice. So I forfeited all this value that I've lived all my life for because I can't live with certain character. And then I'm going to be with another woman who will betide me if I meet the same problem there. So what is my gain? What is the essence? I could have just persistently, patiently managed that because of the value that I believed in and I wanted to live with. Okay, let's say I meet an amazing woman, which I am very positive about. I know for sure. You know why I'm going to meet the best one? I'm going to have the most amazing marriage next is because I am admitting to failure of the past. So many of us has walked out of a relationship and we cannot see what we did wrong. I know it will be amazing next. I'm ready for it. But hear this. Let's say I meet one fantastic angelic woman today. And I'm having the most amazing and amiable marriage next. Look at me. The scars that my previous marriage has left with me, they are irredeemable. I still have 2 children that I would never live with again. Never, ever live with. I wish I can talk to my children every day. I call them on FaceTime. But you know why I don't do it? Because every time I talk to my children and I get off the phone, I get emotional. My daughter will scream and run. The last time she ran to some other kids and said, "Come and see my daddy." I don't want to FaceTime my children. I want to wake them up from sleep and bathe them and put them clothes and take them to school. That's what I dreamt of. That's what I dreamt of. Now listen to me, listen good. And don't have any sympathy for me. It's not your life, it's mine. I don't have any sympathy for myself. I'm saying all of this to you, a reflection of my heart for your own good, not me. I have come to the reflection and accepted the failures. And I've spent the last 2-3 years to work on myself. And one of the major things that I've worked on, listen, this whole regret, I just want you to know the magnitude of regret that I have so that you will know how much it can cost you when patience is missing. And I will tell you why. Now, this whole thing, with regression that I'm going to, yes, I'll move for. See, it's sure, I'm way better than what I used to be by all definitions. Mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, socially, I am way better. I'm a better version of me 10 times. So I know that my future is way better than this. No, now. I don't know who the next is, but I know for sure that if my ex see my next, so I promise you, I promise her that. Sure banker. So I don't really have any beef. And I'm so happy that she got married before me. And I wish I would. But this is what I'm telling you. I worry more for the children now. I feel bad for myself. I feel more sense of responsibility now. Every day now, I wish something tells me maybe I could have done better. Maybe I could have been more patient. Maybe I could have waited. But you see, on the other side, I know for sure that it will still have not worked. This marriage started getting toxic. In fact, started getting physically abusive from the second month of marriage. So it will still have not worked anyway. It's just the human nature in me. So I'm not feeling like, oh, yeah, I lost. I didn't lose anything. I didn't lose anything. There's something that would have been worked out. It was a bad solemnation from the start. It started like, don't worry, let me not go there. It was really bad. So it really wouldn't have worked. It's just the human nature in me that I always feel like maybe everybody who I work at the relationship feels that way. That's very normal. But this is where we are going. This is where we are going. Do you know that many times people have asked this same question? People have asked the same question, and do you know that both of us don't have a sensible answer for it? If they say, what exactly led to your divorce? Kí ni Victor ṣe gangan fún ẹ? She will just roam about so many things. Nothing in particular. There was not an incident. Pé nǹkan báyìí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. We now had a fight and split off. They were cumulative grievances that at one point or the other, either of us or both of us just got exhausted, and living together becomes toxic. And we have to be that self-aware. We didn't even break up one day. I don't know the day we broke up. I just knew that we just, first of all, got emotionally separated, and then there's a need for physical separation, and that's how it just went off. Just fade off into the thin head. That's how we both don't have any regrets. We don't miss each other. And I'm sure she don't miss, because we've disjointed long ago before the divorce. So there's no significant thing to say that I did. Like, I hear people's story about their relationship, and I'll be like, what? If you hear all of the stories, they don't make sense. So, the way I hear people talk about my husband, my ex-husband now beats me. Somebody say my ex-husband bring his girlfriend to the house, and I'll be like, have they born me? I can't even girls that she know, church member, I can't even answer their phone call in my house. She know I'm not dating them. I can't even answer their phone call in their house. Like, when I hear horrible things that men do to me, I'll be like, what the hell did she dare do again? She can't really point to anything. I can say a couple of things that are not, morally justified, but it's not as if I've seen her with one man before. No. There was no case of infidelity or, yeah, physical aggressions, emotional abuse. It's a lot of that. But those are reactions. But let me tell you what ended the marriage. That same marriage that I cherish so much. Let me tell you what ended it. I have certain values in life that I'm very keen on it. And anybody that knows me, anybody that has talked to me at close hand before, knows that I'm a little bit, you see this thing you are seeing like this is the fancy side of me. I was talking to somebody earlier today. I said, people really think I'm funny when they are talking to me from a distance. It is when you have like a relationship with me, or you have a working relationship, either a working relationship or an emotional relationship with me, I know that I'm a little bit firm. I'm not funny when I'm having a relationship with you. I can be firm. Like, people, I know that people say you smile a lot. My face is just like this. It's not like I'm smiling. I'm just wired like that. Even when I'm angry, my face will be smiling. But somebody who have related with me on the close end will let you know that service. And now, this is the truth. I'm not aggressive. Anybody know that I'm not aggressive? I've never hit a man before anywhere in my life. I've never hit a man, not talk of a woman. I've never been in a fight before in my life. I wasn't raised that way. I can't talk. I can't really do much talking. I can talk when it's fun, but when it comes to arguments, I don't have the temerity for it. I will just cut you off. I can piss you off with silence. I can just go off on you and just not talk, except you really push my trigger. I really don't like to argue. It's not what I like to do. You say things that I don't like, I will just cut you off. But you see, I have certain philosophies and principles that I think that are keen to me. I want you to hear this. It is me that is gossiping myself now, so listen. They are very keen to me. But you see, I have not gotten to the place of maturity that I'm teaching you tonight that can accommodate other people's that doesn't share the same value with me. Do you understand? So I got married to a woman who seems to be from an entirely different world, that when I even say something, she doesn't even understand it. And that is not the problem. Somebody will say, did you not say like that before you married? Yes, I did. But I just believe in, that growth is constant. I will teach her these things. That's the way they taught us in church. They say you should make motivational speaker. Some things don't go that way. You should make your own wife. Now, lie. You cannot make an adult. It is wrong. In fact, it is selfishness. What's that? It is selfishness. So I am very keen on vision. I'm a man of vision. See, ask anybody that talks to me. If you talk to me for 5 minutes, just tell me about what you are doing or what you're about to do. I will give you like 10 ideas. Is an innate ability in me, and coupled with the kind of life that I've lived. I've been in a place of leadership a lot. I've been into so much project and planning, and so there's virtually nothing you want to talk about that I don't have a little idea in, and I can just have an insight. God gives me grace to have insights. I will see more than what you are saying at any time. So I carry vision like that. Once you share something with me, I have 1 or 2, 3 things to add with it. So when people are close to me, I'm going to have a problem with you if I feel like you are living a purpose, like living a life that has no purpose. So I'll be asking you, so what you are doing? I don't care how perfect you think what you're doing is. I will still add something to it. I believe that there is always room for improvement. So now this is why this marriage did not work. This marriage that I waited all my life for. I saw a woman who I feel that she's not on the same page with me, and I was trying to teach her because I believe that you can make your spouse. That's what the missionaries were told us. So things that she was doing wrong, I did not create a room to accommodate it. Either I was making available trainings to teach her. So I was teaching her, and I was insisting, let's say, this is how she operates, and this is how I operate. Fairness, we should meet in the middle. But for me, who has so much vision in my head, that is condescending. Ideally, we could just be going life, like journeying our life like this. Leave her where she is and just keep going. As long as she's not pulling me down, leave her where she is. But I was trying to drag her up. Now, when you try to teach an adult how to live a life, it is compromising and condescending to them. People revolt teaching when it comes with a level of like she doesn't have a choice. They will revolt. This is the reason why some women feel out of place in their marriage. Because you see, she wants to have an input. Now, when I was teaching and she just said, I'm not forceful, I'm not aggressive. So I left her. So guess what I did? I cut her off. So I begins to leave my plan because see, this is the problem. When I have something in my head, I share with her. Is it that she doesn't have a clue or she have a discouraging thing to say? She's all this kind of women that just don't, she like good things, but she can't really dream big things. Anybody who knows me knows I say things that are not possible. But guess what? I always make it happen anyway. I say things that are literally, humanly speaking, you might not really, you'll be like, let's be realistic. But you see, I have learned to cast vision that are beyond me. If it's your size, then it's not a vision. If you know how to work it out, then it's not a big dream. So she said things that are just, I'm thinking like this, she's thinking like this. And then she will tell me, can say, okay, why realistic in here? And I'm like, what have I ever said? What have I ever ambition that I've not achieved? Nothing. So I feel like she's not supportive, or she doesn't understand my language. So I stopped talking to her, and communication died in that relationship. When we're having our first child, like literally, everything that we have to buy, you know what they call a Roman, everything that we have to buy, I bought them myself. I mean, solely because I was the only one working. But it's not because she wasn't working that I have to buy them myself. I was the only one who was driving, who even go out at all. She's always at home. But that's not the reason why. But because even if I pick her up and say, let's go to the mall, if there are 5 things there like this one is 3 naira, this one is 5 naira, this one is 10 naira, this one is 15 naira. 9 out of 10 times she will point to the one that is 3 naira, the smallest one there. And I don't like that. Me, I will start pricing from 15 naira until I feel like I cannot afford it before I will go down to most likely I will just buy the 10 naira. I don't, by principle, I don't hope for the cheapest thing anywhere. I don't like it. I might not get the most expensive or the best, but I will never go low. Never ever. She will end up picking things that I don't like. And then we'll have to argue in the store. So I did not involve her in things. I just do things myself. And for me, I felt like she should be happy that you have a man that is even doing the shopping for you. The marriage was already over before I realized that women like to be included and feel like they have a stake in their marriage. It ended because I was trying to tame a woman that is already made, a woman that has already configured her thinking and how she wants to be. I might not like what she would inevitably be, but patience will have helped me to live around it. Most likely, maybe now, maybe in another 10 years, maybe in another 15, maybe it is 30 years in marriage, that she will have not been exposed over time to my possibility thinking, and we can possibly graduate to the same page. I was running 60 kilometers per hour and she's running 30. And I just feel like, no, maybe over time she will gain speed. Maybe not, it's a probability. But because I was trying to change a person that is already formed, because I don't have the diplomacy to understand that people can be wrong and people should be allowed to be wrong. How to change people is to show them how to be right by living right. You can only show people how to be right. She was doing things that are wrong. I thinking we're all father. I'm not saying she was wrong. She was wrong. But I was wrong by proving her wrong. Do you understand me? The only way to prove anybody wrong is to live right, not to crucify them and tell them and put their wrong in their face. No. Now, when people go wrong, if I don't have the fortitude, I still don't have the energy to pacify nonsense. I have a very resistance for things that I think is not right. But I've developed so much energy now that I can just be looking at you. So at least there will not be record of, oh, you now tell me that this one is so quick. I will just look at you. I will just look at you and just look away. No, she thinks I was domineering. That's what it is. No, it's not think I was. I was actually domineering because I just lost the faith in her perception. And I literally was domineering. The only thing that was there was that I wasn't abusive. Now, why I'm telling you this is this. The fact that your friend, your spouse, is not going in line with your perception, or the fact that somebody is literally wrong, let's even say they are wrong, is the reason for you to be right. We can only right wrong by being right. It is foolishness to correct wrong by being wrong. Give room for people to be wrong. People can be wrong and people should be wrong. Failure is part of success. Okay? I said to you before, I wish I know what I'm saying to you now. Some years back. Maybe it would have been different. Maybe not, but maybe. Winning through patience. There is much wisdom in silence. Don't forget, realists don't make it. Don't be the one that have to be the voice of others. Neighbor. It is foolishness. Fight for yourself at every time. In fact, you don't have to fight. There are battles that are not worth fighting. You can change people. Two things change people. You insisting on the standard of life that you want to live and you live it. You don't ask for respect. You earn respect by doing the right thing consistently. Oh, I've been keeping quiet all along. So why did you talk now? Then you're keeping quiet is a waste. I've been keeping quiet enough, so I have to speak now. then you have just wasted every time you have been keeping quiet. You could have been speaking the entire time. You can't be patient enough. You are not patient because you don't know what to say. You are patient because you've seen yourself to be above those people who you think they are wrong. Because if they are wrong, that means they are short-sighted. And you think you see better, you have to prove it by not just, how do Yoruba say it? I don't know how to say that stuff. We can only correct right by doing right. You will live a formidable life. You will keep healthy relationship. You will have good network if you just know how to be patient and tolerant with people, characters, and dispositions towards you. Some people have done something that you think is bad, not because they are bad persons, but because situation arise. Now, lastly, ladies and gentlemen, only fools burn bridges. Now we explain that and we're done. Only fools burn bridges. You know what that means? Òpè èèyàn ló máa ń dijú jà. Ẹni yẹn ti jọ ṣe rí, nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ nísìnyí. Yes, you can express your grievances, but má dijú jà. You know why? Nobody wastes. Ẹni yẹn ẹjọ́ ṣe lénìí, ó sì lè wúlò fún ẹ lọ́la. What makes successful people succeed is the quality and the amount of network that they can build around themselves. Even ká wá sọ pé nìyẹn èèyàn burúkú ni, lọ́jọ́ kan ó máa nídìí iṣẹ́ burúkú tó máa nídìí èèyàn burúkú láti bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe. There is nobody on earth that is a waste. Ká sọ pé nìyẹn ò dáa rárá, Yorùbá sọ pé ọmọ burúkú ó lọ́jọ́ tiẹ̀. Stop burning bridges. When people become toxic around you, you can give them a space, but don't burn the bridge. Don't má da ẹlòmíì block list here. Ó pọ̀ ju friend list here lọ. You have block. Ìwọ náà ò dá wọn rọ́jú sí ìwọ náà ni. Yéé ṣe bíi pé everybody ń rọ́jú síra wọn ni. Àwọn èèyàn ní jọ ni. Don't burn bridges. Patience is a virtue. And when you have not learned to live in tolerance and perseverance and knowing how to accommodate people's excesses and flaws, you are very far from living a happy and a healthy life. Ladies and gentlemen, it's such an amazing moment to share with you today. Thank you very much for joining. I will see you guys again on today's Tuesday. I will see you again on Thursday. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your night. My name is Victor King, and God bless you.